Bombao. As you can see, the seat next to me is empty. Nana is not here, as I said. She's on her way. She should be here soon. But yeah, it's me for now. I don't like. I feel like I shouldn't be left alone, unsupervised. But it is what it is. Big up everybody coming in. Let me know who's here. Yeah, episode 4, Love is Blind. I'm gonna keep my eye on the link, waiting for Javen. So Javen hopefully should be joining us very soon. We can discuss this episode, this season, not too many spoilers, but also talk about After the Altar. I watched it again, you know, just to kind of refresh my memory. Number one, the whole thing was a bit dry. And number two, I don't actually know what everybody, like everyone was going, oh, Javen really is a villain. And I'm like, is he really? Is he really though? Big up Safs in the building. Big up Dream with Ra in the building. Episode 4, how do we feel about it? I'm still happy with the way things are going. Ibiza is going to be interesting to see how things pan out. Yeah, but so far so good. Who else we got in the building? HRH is in the building. Vince is in the building. Silla B is in the building. Welcome. Silla couldn't find the link for the watch along for some reason. That's probably my fault, because this is what I'm saying. I should not be left unsupervised. Nana is out gallivanting, or she was out gallivanting. She's on her way home now, and she usually does all of that. So I probably missed a step. So this is on me. I apologize. I will do better. Big up Sonia Bali in the building. And EJA says, after the altar was boring, rehashing old drama. Sarova is still traumatized, poor girl. I mean, I want to have sympathy for Sarova because Cal also was a bit of a dickhead. But yeah, I hope now she's free and she's let that go, because the harboring she had for that dude, man, not great at all. Just sending a message to Javen to see where he is. Donna Kell says, finally made the live here in New Zealand. Thank you very much, Donna. Much appreciated. What is it like in New Zealand? Is it really hot? Is it normal? We are I think we're coming to the end of our hot spell here in the UK. And I've appreciated it. Nana didn't. But yeah, it's nice to have some hot weather for once. Let me find my notes for this episode. Yeah, guys, you know, like in this episode, there was a preview for like the next 4 episodes, which are already out. I don't think I'm going to be happy with Chevanique's behavior. Like, I don't think I'm going to like the way she's moving. But let me not project. But yeah, there's just something I'm just like, nah, I'm gonna like it. Donna, yes, shoes off. Cold in New Zealand, but going to be a beautiful sunny day. Excellent. We like to hear it. If you have not taken your shoes off, you know what that means. Like on entry. I think last time we had, like, at one point there was like 70 odd people in the chat and 22 likes. And quite frankly, that's a little bit disrespectful. So come on, let's do a little bit better, please. So there's 33 of you in the chat. So please, let's at least have 30 odd likes. Come on. Who else we got? Dwayne is in the building. N Fernie is in the building. You're late, but it's fine. It's fine. Because we're usually late ourselves, so we won't judge you. EJ says Sarova's intuition was right. She knew Cal's preference was white blondes. Look, I will concede that one, because at the time, I think this is what makes it really annoying, because at the time I was really trying to be like, I think I took Cal on face value. Like, you went in there, you've got with this girl, and I thought he was about her, but clearly I called that one wrong. And when I call something wrong, I'll admit it. I put my hands up and say I got it wrong. Because yeah, you guys were right on that one, because clearly he had no interest in even trying something else. So like, I'm not even gonna lie, the way Cal done her dirty was not right. Was not right. But she also like, just what I don't understand is like, your situation is done and it's over. So just rip off the band-aid, get the divorce done, and move on. But you, all of a sudden, a man that's shown you no respect or anything like that, you're like, oh, he's not showing me any respect. Of course, that's what he's been doing. So I don't know why you have any other expectations. Just get the divorce through and move on with your life. But it's like, for a period there, it's actually wanted to really wallow in this pity. But yeah, we move. Sonia said, from when Cal said his type is white hair, white blonde hair, boobs, Sarova should not have wasted her time. Yeah, fair enough. If a man is mixed and his mum is white, 8 out of 10 times he likes white women. Is that true? Is that true? I don't know. But anyway, we are here to discuss the season 3, not the season 2. So this episode 4, we pick up again with Joseph and Chevanique. And so basically he finally ends it. She's still begging a little bit. And she tries to state her case, like, kind of like, I know you like me. Sorry, and Fernie said, wait, where is Nana? Yes, Nana is on her way home. She's been out gallivanting today. I knew she wouldn't be here on time, but you know, it is what it is. But she's on her way, so hopefully at some point she will just come rocking in here, probably a little bit tipsy, full of prosecco, but it is what it is. Yes, she's wearing her invisibility cloak, that too. And then so there is somebody in this episode, I think her name is Zelania, so she was one of the other women, the other black woman who we don't really see. She possibly today could get blind idiot, because the way she was behaving, like doing her NPC in the back, she was doing a little bit too much. But I'll get to her. So anyways, Chevanique is back in the lounge, and Fran and Cuba are kind of trying to listen in to see what she's saying. And I get why they would do that, but I really wish people would learn just to keep their things to themselves in the lounge. Like, have your one good friend, 2 good friends, where you know for sure you're not after the same man. Find a little corner somewhere and then have your little debrief. But people are walking in straight away, talking the things, and then getting upset when people are just kind of hanging around trying to listen in. But it is what it is. Next up, we have Ryan and Cuba. Not much to report there, other than at the end of their little session, he says, I love you, Cuba. And she's like, what did you say? And he's like, I love you, Cuba. I like the fact that she didn't say it back. So like, you didn't feel immediately compelled to be like, I love you too, sort of thing, because I feel like that would have been false and not true. And she does not need to be binded to this man. I don't know what it is exactly, but this man, I'm like, you're not a good man. You're not. This is the feeling I've got. Ryan is not a good person. But anyway, he does propose. There's nothing really stand out about the proposal. And I just think Cuba is about to go on a journey with a fuckboy. I think that's it. Enfemi says, I don't understand people online saying Chev is bitter. Like, let's not lie now. All right, listen. So again, just for the people in the back, Nana and I are watching this episode by episode. So we don't know what's happened in 5, 6, 7, 8. And obviously we've been trying to dodge spoilers as much as we can. But I'm just talking about the little clip that I saw at the end of episode 4, when Fran is like, you're being nasty. And Chev was like, you can just check the tapes. Whatever it was that she said, like that vibe there, or that clip, it didn't look good for Chevanique. Like, it didn't look good for Chevanique, but we will see. EJ says, Ryan is bad vibes, though. Sorry, through and through. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It says Tommy Robinson restore reform vibes. Wow. And Dwayne says she is a little bitter now. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I was thinking about Ryan and Cuba when they had their reveal? It just suddenly dawned on me that I feel like the woman that Ryan envisaged was somebody like Sofia Vergara, like that woman on Modern Family. So like a proper kind of white adjacent Latina woman. And so, yeah, probably coming out and seeing Cuba being like a black adjacent kind of Latina type woman. It's not what he ordered. It's not what he ordered. And so, yeah, so that kind of Tommy reform, restore reference, I get it. I get it. And Verdi said, knee is the serpent Kira rubbing off on her. Ah, dear, that's not great. Life of Bod says she was gently let down. She was not played. She was not played at all. She was not played at all. Donna says, new cult leader Ryan. Oh, apologies. Cuba's Guyanese. My bad. Javen Javen is here. Oh, sorry, Javen. Look, the private chat is there and I haven't seen it. I can see you now. Hold on, guys. Let me bring Javen up. Apologies, I've been waffling all this time. Javen, what's going on, my guy?
Welcome. Evening.
I'm rolling solo, so I'm trying to do everything at once, and I didn't see you sitting there. How you doing, my guy?
I'm good, man. How are you? Is my volume okay?
Your volume is perfect. We can hear you loud and clear.
Lovely.
So, what have you watched? All of the seasons? Some of the seasons?
I watched everything. I've
all
seen
right,
everything.
cool. So we are watching like episode by episode. Obviously, there's some people in the chat that have watched the whole thing, but for the purpose of this stream, we're discussing episode 4. So where possible, try not to give too much away. I know it's gonna be, it all kind of muddles into one sort of thing.
I gotta try and remember what's the cutoff point.
Yeah. But what was I gonna say? We also wanted to delve in a little bit into After the Altar. Are you cool to chat about that?
Yeah, of course. All
right, cool. Well, let's do that first. We're gonna park episode 4 just for a little bit, because I'm gonna give you some backstory here. Yeah. So on our little live stream, so we cover like Love Is Blind, Love Island, and all these things. And some of the guys in the chat have been saying that I have a reputation for championing the quote unquote bad boys in the series. And I'm afraid, Javen, you have come under the term of the bad boys. So people are like saying that I'm caping for you and this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, for me, look, probably there are a few things that you did that I'd be like, yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that, this, that, and the other. But by the by, I'm like, the way that you moved, I think I can probably understand why you moved that way. The thing 100%. I want to address is like, so in After the Altar, a lot of people were saying like, oh, no, Javen is the bad guy, he's the villain, this, that, and the other. For me, so I had to go watch the conversation back with you and Katisha. Yeah. And I just felt like it was a very clear-cut conversation in terms of you explaining to her, like, I've been saying all of these things. Yeah. Whilst I've been saying all of these things, me and you've been chatting. And then one day, I'm blocked. But somehow you expect me to know that it's these things that I've been saying is the reason why I've been blocked without saying that. And I think once you started to break that down to her, and I think then she realized, that's when she got up and left.
Yeah, it's like he was in the room. I mean, kind of how you break. You know, it's funny because, you know, as much as you say, people said I was the bad guy, even from that, I had a lot of people message me, like a lot of guys message me like, oh, I've had that conversation with my girl about 1 million times, blah, 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 which was quite funny. But yeah, it was literally, as you broke it down, that's literally how it was. Literally.
Mm-hmm. So after the altar, have you and Katisha spoken again, or is that completely?
No, I haven't spoken to her once. No.
And so the other thing that I was kind of came to my mind when I was thinking about it, help me out with some timelines here, because after the show, you guys started chatting again, but also
Yes.
after the show, she started chatting to Demola again.
Yeah.
Was there crossover? So
No. So what happened is basically, so after the show, but basically after the filming had ended, we attempted to talk again, but then I basically realized that the way that it ended, it wasn't for me. So I kind of like, let's just leave it. Cool. So we filmed in 2024, yeah. So imagine that's done around October times, it's over. Boom. So that's when it was I kind of cut things off, left it. That was it. So we hadn't spoken at all really throughout the year. Throughout the year, we chat here and there, but we wasn't trying to keep it running. So obviously in that year's time, because after the Auto was filmed last year, November-ish.
Yeah.
So in that year's time, her and Demola something must have sparked up during then, basically, from my understanding. Obviously, I wasn't privy to it. No one informed me. I was left out of that one. But in that time frame, them two had basically sparked up something. So yeah, that's kind of how it worked.
And so in regards to you and D, like after you really obviously, so we saw you guys sitting down at Caravan Restaurant having that conversation. Did you guys have any other conversations off camera in terms of like what was happening with him and Katisha?
Yeah, so you know what? Yeah, like D spoken to me and said that, oh, he told me. I'm gonna tell you now, innit? Like I told him. I wasn't aware of this because he said something to me, but it was like it was adjacent to this. It was basically, he told me after the reunion, when we filmed the reunion, her mum had said to him that, oh, you two would look good together. That's what I was told.
Whose mum said that?
Katisha's mum said to him, pulled him to the side and said, oh, you two look good together.
Right.
But he never told me nothing about, like buying the ticket to go to Scotland and all them type of things. He never told me about that. So, but to be fair, I never held it against him. And I even said it to him, like, bro, even if you didn't tell me, I don't feel no type of way because you don't owe me nothing. You ain't been my boy since knee high. You met me through the process. So you don't really owe me anything. So I didn't really feel any type of way. But yeah, I wasn't aware of it even when I saw it, when I watched After the Water, like the way that she was describing it to the girls was new to me. That was news to me because I never even knew. So yeah, so I wasn't aware of it. No.
Yeah, okay. All right. I mean, for me, it's an interesting one because I said it at the time. So when obviously she did the flip-flop, and then when we were doing the lives and we would talk about it, and then somebody like brought it up in terms of like Dee and Katisha getting together after the show, my reaction to that was impossible because because the way that things went down publicly to so many people, it would be impossible for you to reignite that. Because even if this situation happened off camera, like this was just people that met and they got to know each other, your friends would discourage you from going there because, do you know what I mean? But then even if you overrid your friends and pursued it, you might get away with it because only a few people know. But I just feel like generally men's egos aren't built like that. There's no way that I can feel like confident in this relationship knowing, it's one thing knowing this is what happened, but it's another thing of me it being there on record online forever. Like this is what went down. So even I and as he said, like, you know, he has the right to, obviously he has the right to pursue it, but like I just felt like maybe he needed the real closure, but it just felt futile because it was like, where can this really go? Where can it really go?
But he tried though. I mean, from my understanding, that like, you know, he did buy a ticket to go to Scotland and and then he got cold feet, or he kind of just changed his mind last minute. Kind of realized, actually, why am I doing this, and changed his mind.
Honestly, I'm glad he did. I feel like I can honestly sympathize with like feeling a connection and wanting to explore it, but no good was ever really going to come from that. We got some questions in the comments, so I'm just going to go through a few of them. So N Fernie says, Javen, what was your favorite part about this experience?
Ooh, Like in terms of the filming, I would say actually the beginning, the actual pods. So a lot of it's a shame like you guys miss so much of that, man. I was speaking to the production the other day, and I was like, guys, you lot need to make a whole series just out of the pods because you guys don't see so much you guys miss. Yeah, that's actually would be amazing TV if they just showed you guys the 15 guys and 15 girls dating, because even that in itself is amazing. Obviously, we're going to talk about this season, yeah. You might even see the love triangle of Joseph, Chev, and I can guarantee you, Chev probably had 2 other guys, Francesca had 2 other guys, and Joseph probably had 1 more girl. But you just will never know because they don't show it. So the pods is the best stage for sure.
Okay, cool. It's funny because even I think in yesterday's stream, Nana was telling me, I can't remember which country it is, but there is a couple that got married from the process, but we just never ever saw them. Like they never made it to TV or anything like that.
This season had 14 engagements.
Oh, so it's true. It did have 14 engagements.
14 engagements. The producers, Naz and Cheese, they revealed that in they revealed it to the newspapers, but we knew already that there was 14 engagements. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. But it's good though as well. What other comments we got? So EJ says Damola was never going to stay with Katisha after he was rejected. Absolutely. What else we got? I'm so happy to be able to make this live and see the family. There we go. Safs wants to know, Javen, what actually happened with Sophie?
You know, to this day, I wish something did happen because all the shit I get for it. Can I swear on this? Sorry, all the crap I get for it. I wish something did happen, but unfortunately, nothing happened. It was literally arguing, it was having a back and forth. Yeah.
And then even like after, there was no chatting after or anything like that.
Nah, she went on Perfect Match and she won the show.
You're lying.
She won Perfect Match. Yeah, she went on Perfect Match. She won.
That is so hilarious. So we've got one of the guys in the chat, not Plantain Pappy. He has been telling us for ages to watch and review Perfect Match, but I think we watched 1 season of it and we were like,
no, it's a hard watch. Yeah, it's a hard watch.
It was a struggle. We were like, we can't do that again. But yeah, shout out to Sophie. For heaven's sake, is chatting like this is one of the Mandem pods. 3 shots as a 90s baby, in my humble opinion, for winners realer than most Aki pod. Thank you. Will Smith is like the chief person who feels like I champion all of the ruffians.
But this is a female dominated space when it comes to reality TV and stuff. So there has to be some balance.
The thing is, I actually generally see myself as someone who is like, if a man is fucking up, I will say a guy is fucking up. Like I don't really care, like man or woman. Do you know what I mean? But somehow I've managed to get this thing of where I'm just like caping for the guys and whatnot have you. But it is what it is. It is what it is. What else we got? Any other questions for Javen, or we're gonna go back to where I left off on this episode, which I actually don't know now. Let me just get my notes back up quickly.
Yeah, but you know what I do want to add though, because I think there's some context missing in regards to After the Order as well, because obviously there's the conversation that we have that kind of goes viral where I'm saying to her, how do you expect me to know something if you don't tell me? But what they missed is like the day that I filmed the podcast with Will and the one that she was talking about.
Yes.
Me and her actually spoke on the phone that day. So, but they didn't show that. But I said it to her, like we spoke for an hour. So me and her spoke on the phone for like maybe an hour and a half. We was chit-chatting. We had a proper long conversation.
Yeah.
And I even told her everything that I had said. Like I told her that, like, you know, we spoke about you, blah, blah, blah. And I told like everything that
and
was shown.
You said the thing about like her coming back and
exactly. I told her. So that's even more why I was confused, because I was like, we just had a whole conversation. Why didn't you just bring it up in our conversation? And what I conclude from the whole experience, like, and being with her is that, you know, we just have 2 very, very different conflict resolution styles. The way that I deal with conflict and the way that she deals with conflict is like worlds apart. It might be a childhood thing. It might just be our environment, but our conflict resolution style is just worlds apart, which means it's just not going to work. Even on a friendship level, it couldn't work, because if I had friends like that who just wouldn't tell me stuff, I'd be struggling. So
no, it's fair.
yeah.
I get it. I think the bit that I really struggled with was just like her expectation of you kind of knowing she was feeling away without you vocalizing anything. It's
Right.
just like, well, how do we even approach that? Because I don't know. Like, so I get it. There was another question here. Sorry. Not Plantain Pappy says, how did you approach being friends with someone that low-key hates?
I don't think he hated me for that, man. Like, I think that me and D, we talk every day. We actually talk every day. We literally talk every day. So I think that he understood what it was, in terms of at the end of the day, we both signed up to a TV show, and we have to kind of take what comes with it. I think he's man enough to understand that, and it's not like it was personal. It's not like, oh, because I want her, I'm against him. So I think he's able to separate the two. So I think that's it, really.
Cool. EJ says, Javen, I enjoyed your Jason Arday video. I think
thank you. I appreciate
you did an exceptional breakdown on that video. I really enjoyed that as well. So thank you for that. I think it was really balanced. And I'm glad that you did that. So yeah,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
What else we got? Will Smith says, I have a question. How well would you say you knew Katisha? Nothing untoward, but like as a person.
That's a good question. How well do I feel like I knew her? I think I realized over time, I don't think I knew her as well as I thought I did. So probably not that well. Yeah, I don't think I knew her that well. As in, I understood elements of her, but I think I didn't understand how she dealt. I didn't understand how she dealt with high pressure moments, how she dealt with conflict.
Yeah,
I think those are the type of things that you kind of only learn over time. And I guess in that short period of time, you can think you know how someone's going to react, but you don't know until they're in that position. So I guess to conclude, I didn't really know her that well, to be honest.
Just what sort of, so obviously you were saying everybody was people like having connections in the pods. What other people did you have connections with in the pods?
So funnily enough, Megan and Katisha were my top two.
You did actually say that. Yeah.
Which is, everyone finds that funny when you come to the end of it. But yeah, Megan was actually up there for me. And then there was another lady called Holly, and then Sophie was up there for me. And then that was it, really. Those were I did like Sarova, and then I think she kind of had Sarova quite high, and I think obviously her and Kyle were developing. And then, who else was there? That was it, really. That was it.
Okay. You see, on your season, you and Meg and Kieran had that kind of fallout conversation. How did, off the back of that, were you cool after that, or was it still kind of like you do your thing, I do my thing, or how was that left?
I mean, we was just at a screening party like 2 weeks ago, and I ended up back at Kieran's flat. So I think we're cool. Like, we're not. Yeah, it's not. For me, it's water under the bridge. You know, like obviously I've said things about them on social media. They said things about me, but at the end of the day, we're not. You know, I'm not gonna go and fight him, am I? So it is what it is. Like.
Fair enough. Adjoa says, Javen, if you were on this season, which girl would you be interested in?
Oh, Chevanique for sure. Chevanique would probably be my number one. Cuba would be number two, and then Fran. Those would be my top three for sure.
Yeah, I approve that message. What else we got? Other questions? Let me just see. Do you know what? There's some questions in here that I want to ask, but I don't want to ask because some of them are a bit rude. But Sonia, I see you. But yeah, I don't know if I can answer that. What else we got?
I see her question. Sonia, yeah, I worked that out. I worked that out when we got to Manchester. I realized intellectually and we're on two different levels here. But yes.
Do you know what? Literally this afternoon, I was talking to a brethren, yeah. And so he doesn't really like watch it or anything like that. And I was just explaining it to him. I was saying I was doing this live stream thing. And I literally said, I think there was a moment where they got to Manchester where, for me, so what I was saying earlier on, like, I'm watching it and I've looked at you and said, nah, this guy's realized we are not equally yoked. And then at that point, it was like, yeah.
I realized it and I tried my best because I think that, number one, she was also being like heavily attacked. Not when I say attacked, it sounds a bit dramatic, but I mean like from the outside voices, as in producers, blah blah blah, about the Demola thing. So that was always clouding her throughout the whole process. So
gotcha.
I was trying my best to try and help her just avoid it, kind of ignore it. But I just realized, just as the more we spoke, it's just like, yeah, we're just on two different planes. Yeah,
I hear that. Will Smith's got another question. It says, considering what you came to realize, conflict resolution, reaction to pressure, did you feel any responsibility to handle her with some care when the cameras were on?
Yes, actually, but the thing is, yeah, there was many conversations that we had off camera where I used, basically the producers would say to me, they'd be like to me, oh, you know, like there's things you need to do. There's things that are happening off camera that you need to try and bring on camera so that it makes sense to the viewers.
Okay.
And I think over time, I was becoming more and more aware of what the viewers are going to see. So I was trying to encourage her to talk about certain things on camera, because she would be telling me stuff off camera about the Demola situation or what she thinks about XYZ, but she wouldn't say it on camera. So there was times where like I'd be saying to her, look, like, why don't you just try and put it straight? I'm going to ask you this, just say it on camera because you told me now. But we go on camera and she wouldn't want to do it. So there's a scene in our season where she mentions, oh, I don't want to be the villain. I don't even know how they let that stay in, but she was basically saying that because she didn't want the audience to view her a certain way. And I was saying to her that, look, like, if you don't want to be seen as the villain, you should try and like talk about these certain scenarios and maybe put yourself in a good light regarding the Demola situation and whatnot. Because there's a scene where she goes to meet Demola, right? She comes back to the flat and I say to her, oh, did you apologize? She's like, no. I don't know if you remember. I'm like, did you apologize?
I don't remember,
like, yeah. She's like, no, I didn't feel the need to. And I'm sitting there like, oh, yeah, like maybe you should.
Wild. That's wild.
Yeah, but is that so? I was trying, basically. Is long story short, basically. Sorry, I went on there.
Sorry, 1 second. Okay, cool. Just sorry, that was just my son. Where is it? Sorry, there we go. Javen, do you have any regrets about the show and what is next?
No regrets, man. I think it was good. It was fun. I enjoyed it. You know, contrary to belief, you know, I did definitely go there for the right reasons, but it's I think that, you know, it's a wild thing to do anyway. So the chances are very, very slim. As you can see, there was 5 of us, only 1 couple still exists today. So it's very, very slim chances. So no, I don't have any regrets. No, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I would do it again, 100%.
And what's next?
What's next? I mean, we did After the Altar. Season 3's out now. They did ask me to do Perfect Match last year, but just didn't work out. So yeah, right now, as of now, nothing, man. Nothing planned, but we'll see. If something comes up, yeah, I'll be there.
We're seeing a lot of people saying, I mean, I don't even know if this exists, but if it did exist, a Love is Blind All-Stars, would you consider that?
Yes, I would, but it couldn't be marriage. We'd have to like slow down on the marriage thing, because getting married after 6 weeks is a bit mad. So I don't know if they can do it where, like, you know, Married at First Sight is not a real marriage, but Love is Blind is a real marriage. If they did it, it was like a fake marriage or something, and maybe we decide later, then yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, let's jump to season 4. What were your initial thoughts on the cast of season 4?
Yeah, man. I think I think all the women are good, all the guys are good, good looking rather. I think that this year I think they did a much better job this year, to be honest.
Do you wish
In
you was
terms
in
of,
this year?
I 100% wish I was in this year. I ain't gonna lie. I 100% wish I was in this year. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, are we going based on what we've seen so far, or just initial, like when the pictures came out? Like,
yeah, all of it. So from the pictures up until what we've seen so far.
yeah, I think this season is definitely it's a very different flavor to our season. There's a lot less conflict, in my opinion. This season seems to be a lot more. There's more conflict on the girl side than the guy side.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've watched all 8, but we'll speak up to 4, right? So 4 by the end of that, they go on holiday. I think that
so basically where we've got to where they first get to Ibiza.
Yeah.
So like half the episode was the pods, half the episode, well, not half, a little bit less than half was Ibiza.
Yes. I think that this season, it's been less dramatic, but I also think that everybody found someone that is compatible for them. Whereas I think our season, there's a lot of people kind of I think a lot of people ended up together rather than like actually intentionally wanting to be together. I think a lot of people ended up together. So yeah. It's hard to say though, because as a viewer, trying to be as objective as I can, I do think this season people watch reality TV for drama. I don't watch reality TV, but when I do, I want to see some drama. I feel like this season is lacking in a little bit of drama, but that's why I'm not really like Kiera's getting quite a lot of stick online, but boy, we needed her this season. We needed her and Jack this season. Without them two, it wouldn't be nothing to watch. So I'm enjoying it.
We're gonna get to them. I'm gonna go through a couple of through some couples just to kind of get your view on them. So Ryan and Cuba, at the moment, the flavor in our chat, people are like, Ryan is very kind of, people are talking about they're getting reform, restore Tommy Robinson vibes from Ryan. And then, if he has his way, he'll have Cuba barefoot and pregnant. But then a lot of people are also like, Cuba just isn't his spec. What do you think?
Obviously, I got to be careful with what I say, innit? I'm going to be in these circles. So what I would say,
give us the politician's answer.
I think, but you know what? The first 4 episodes, they look like talking wise, I wasn't getting much from them. The talking, dates, I wasn't getting much from them.
Yeah.
When he sees her, when the reveal happens, to me, he does look like he's very happy. He looks pretty pleased.
I never got that. I never got that.
When he saw her, like he's kissing her, he's enamored by her. I'm thinking, like they're the right fit. Like not. What I do think is, I think there was a scene where Cuba says that he's not the type that she'd usually go for. She's from South, so I'm thinking she might. In my mind, I was thinking, oh, she dates black guys. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe she's not used to dating white guys. That's what I was thinking. I'm not sure if she meant it that way, because someone spoke to me yesterday and they said no, she was talking about like she hasn't dated like spiritual type of guys because that's what she likes. So I wasn't sure what she meant by that.
Right.
But I think both of them aesthetically, they look good. Like they're both good looking individuals. But I don't know if it's there yet, in my opinion. I don't know if it's there yet.
Jack and Faye. Now, our general consensus on Faye is respectfully, she's a bit stupid. So we okay, just to give some context, we on both Love Island and Love is Blind, we do this thing where so on Love Island, we call it Idiot of the Island. So every episode, whichever islander we think has gone on a bit stupid, we award them Idiot of the Island. In Love is Blind, same concept, but we just call them the blind idiot. Last episode 3, Faye got that award because it was just like the way she just gave in to, like, Jack didn't even have to speech her, and then she was just okay. Yeah, Jack's the one. What do you think about these guys?
I think I've got a feeling, that a lot of the girls likes Jack. I've got a feeling he had the pick of the litter. That's my guess. So I think that, and you got to remember, just from behind the scenes, if you're a guy with with more than one or two options, you
Mhm.
you kind of hold the power, because remember, the guys propose to the girls. The girls are not proposing to the
Yeah.
guys. So whether you like it or not, it shouldn't be this way. But there is a power dynamic in the show where the guy can do what he wants to a degree. As long as you've got one or two that want you, you can do whatever you want. You go in there, you can sit,
I
you
hear
can lay
that.
there. You ain't even got a chat. You can just lay down there and just, yeah, how you doing today? Because the girls are, because you pick, the girls aren't picking you. So I reckon my assumption is Jack had a lot of girls chasing him. That's my assumption, because you know how he is, Jack the lad. You know, banter, boom, boom, boom. The girls were loving him in there. I bet you any money they were loving him in there. And then on top of that, he's had Kiera. Kiera's come in and she's tried to badmouth him in the lounge.
Yeah.
And then he's just, I reckon he's just spun it. He's probably spun it with Faye. Like, look, she's saying this because she's hurt. Because she wanted me. She wanted me. And I didn't want her. So Faye's like, oh, okay. So I think she's just double backed and realized that, you know, he's a catch. Let me go for it. And that's what I think. So I think they're a good match. And the only reason I say that is because I think that Faye can ground him. I think Faye can tame him a little bit, because I think he needs taming. His personality is a bit mad. He's a little bit out there. I think she can tame him a bit. So do I think she's stupid? This is the problem. We don't see her other
done stupid things. Has she behaved stupidly?
But then but then imagine if she, because obviously episode 3 or 2 where Kiera goes back to the lounge and badmouths Jack to her, yeah? Imagine if she took that information and ran with it. What if Kiera's just being spiteful?
I hear that.
So you can't let a spiteful woman block your blessing, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I just wish that when Faye went back in there and she did kind of, bring her concerns to Jack, I wish, and obviously you're responding to what we see. We don't know what the full extent of the conversation is, but in terms of what we saw, I just wish she gave him, or didn't make it as easy as it was, or as easy as it appeared to us for him just to speak to her. And then before you know it, she's giggling like a little schoolgirl in year 9, like, oh yeah, like this is my guy. Like it was very quick. It was very, very quick. And it just it's not good for her. It makes her look very easy. And already where she shared the story that we keep talking about is where she said that she had a boyfriend that introduced her to his mum as the cleaner. And it's just like, when you're finding yourselves in situations like that, we're gonna need you to be a little bit more robust with how you're checking these guys.
I think she's just, I don't want to say she's naive, but she's got like a very open heart, and I think she's very trusting. She's quite easy. She trusts him very easily.
I can go with that. But yeah, I feel like Jack is gonna make a idiot out of her, but we'll see how it goes. Yasmin and Jordan, what do you think there?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I really like Yasmin, you know. I think that she's got like I really like the way she talks. Like she's very well spoken. I think when she revealed about the vitiligo and he just accepted it straight away, I thought it was very brave of her to do that. I think for him, it's like he accepted it straight away. He didn't bat an eyelid. But in my mind, I'm just thinking how much of that was based on, like, obviously he can't say anything too mad on TV. That's the first thing. You can't say anything too mad. Even if you are like, okay, I'm not a fan of it, and like I don't want to date someone that has vitiligo, which that's a very difficult thing to say on TV, bro. Let's just be real, innit? So but I do think even with the reveal, I think he genuinely liked her. Just from the reveal, I think he definitely liked her. The one thing with them that I spotted was, like, everyone else, and it's not the be all and end all, but everyone else had a little bit of sexual chemistry, a little bit of sex talk. Them two were the only ones where you didn't see it. Now they could have done it, but producers didn't put it in. But we didn't see it. And usually, not Love is Blind, they're quick to put in all the sex talk. Look at Taylor and Sophie. Oh, I'll go 10 times. Joseph was like, oh yeah, sex is very important. I love sex. Like, they were quick to throw it in. But them two, they didn't throw any of that in, which is making me, the only thing I'm thinking is maybe there's none of that, like that chemistry ain't there. But and also it's a first relationship as well.
Yeah, what was very interesting, like their first night in Ibiza when we cut to them, and not saying that she needs to be in anything sexy or anything like that, but like all of these things put together. So her pajamas that she was wearing, the conversation about sharing the bed and then putting the teddy in the middle, and then also Jordan again being very accommodating in terms of like, oh, that's fine if she doesn't. So all of these things for me were like, he has already tapped out. And
well, you think so?
So when she said about her vitiligo, I read his reaction as I saw a tap out immediately. Like, and it even hurt me to admit it. Like, I genuinely feel like this is what I saw, and a lot of other people in the chat were like, yeah. And so even Nana and I were discussing it, and much like you said, you can't. Somebody tells you something like that, you can't say, actually, that's going to be a no from me. Like, you can't, yeah. So your only option then is working out when you tap out. So do you tap out in the honeymoon? Do you tap out when you go back to the flats? Do you go all the way to the altar and say no? Like, because at this point, what you're trying to do is damage limitation. How can I look as less of an arsehole as possible? that's how I'm seeing that situation. Like, and don't get me wrong, I actually really, I would love to have egg on my face and for these two to really connect and jam, because there's something about Yasmin. She's got a really beautiful spirit. But I just, there's also something about Jordan. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Yeah, you make an interesting point about the bed situation as well. Because I'm telling you now, bro, when you go on the honeymoon, brother, you can't wait to get in the bed, bro. let's stop the cap. Like,
yeah,
when you get there, let me tell you something. Yeah, when you get there, right. Yeah, the bed, yeah, they put hearts, they put condoms on the bed in heart shapes. Hey! I'm not even. I'm giving you condoms in heart. In heart shapes. There's condoms in the bed, yeah, like 50 condoms on the bed in heart shapes. So you can't go in there and tell me, yeah, like I'll sleep on the couch. Brother, you want to go to bed, bro? Let's stop it. But yeah. So I don't know, man. It's an interesting point you made. I didn't really think about that. I just thought, maybe just being like really respectful because, like, it's her first time with a man like that. I don't know, because it was almost, I was getting vibes like she's never, maybe she's a virgin or something. That's what I was. The way she was talking about it, I might be wrong. It's not a big deal, but
could be a possibility. Could absolutely be a possibility. And then, if that is the case, then yeah, it makes me even more uncomfortable her being there, because I just feel like this isn't how you want to do it. And if it goes wrong, you don't want to get it wrong like this in front of this many people. Like, I genuinely feel a sense of care for her. Of like, I don't want you to come out of this feeling really scarred and like, you know, like in terms of like her self-confidence and stuff, like taking a step back. The woman that everybody's talking about, Kira and AJ.
Yeah.
Can AJ, first of all, can AJ afford Kira?
Well, he's got he used to work in financial world, right? So, and he did mention that he's got a property, so I'm assuming he's got some foundations in place. It's interesting. Someone left a comment on one of my videos the other day about, like, they were saying that, you know, she wanted Jack's personality in AJ, basically, because AJ's, I think there's a point where AJ mentions about his dad's a very hard worker, and then they were like, yeah, that's when she knew the money's on that side. So I think obviously AJ seemed to have been going through some type of transition period in his life. He was traveling for 6 months, blah blah blah. So my assumption is maybe he was just, I think, you know, some young men, like, we get that stage in our life, especially if we're single, where, you know, we want to go away, we want to leave the UK for a bit and just travel a bit. So maybe that's the period that he was in his life, because he'd been traveling in Australia for 6 months. So he hadn't been working. boom, boom, boom. So I think, and then he goes to her and has the financial conversation. He's like,
yes,
so
I'm in a transitional period.
Yeah, he admits that as well, which I think was brave of him, because I don't think a lot of men do that these days. So I actually don't think the money is going to be an issue because of the way he's approached it. He's kind of he let it be known pretty early that, listen, we ain't doing £300 a date. So I think maybe he can get away with it.
And what do you think about Kira? Like, for me so far, she spent a lot of time. So we're 4 episodes in, and if there was to be a bar chart in terms of how much Kira has spoke about Jack versus how much Kira has actually spoken about her partner AJ, I think we're looking like that. And for me, that's problematic.
Yeah, I think Kira is she's very smart. She's a very smart. I think she knows. I think, there's certain people, when they're filming, they just know. They know that there's certain things that they say that are gonna become snippets. For example, when she says, "Oh, £15,000 on a date," or all that type of stuff, like, that's gonna be a snippet. She's not dumb. Like, I'm looking at her and I'm like, this girl, she knows what she's doing. She's playing the game. So I'm not saying that she's acting, but I do think that she's aware that, she's aware that certain things she says will be clipped up. With that being said, I do think she likes AJ.
Really?
I think she likes him. I do think that she likes Jack more. I thought that she likes Jack a lot more. I definitely, up to the point where they make the decisions, episode 3 or whatever, I was under the impression that she's gonna go all the way with Jack. Like, she wants Jack. But I think AJ, because I don't know the timeline of the dates, because I know they date for 11 days. If I could tell the sequence of the dates, I could tell you what happened, but I can't really tell. So, but I think when Jack calls it off with Kira, obviously she has to double down on AJ.
Yes.
So it's just hard to tell at what stage that happens, because I do think she likes AJ, but did she like AJ more than Jack is the question. That's why I don't know. But I think she likes AJ.
I think AJ on paper, so like Kira having the conversations, Jack brought the vibes and the energy. There's a connect there. She knew immediately AJ on paper was the guy. The thing again in the chat that we've all been speaking about is we're not even sure if Kira is into Asian men. Like, so we're still unsure. Like, the jury's still out even on that. For me, when I see them, it feels like a complete mismatch. Like, I don't see any.
Jordan what AJ and Kira.
Yeah, I don't believe in it at all. Like, no, like literally all I see, like, respectfully to AJ, I see a guy thinking that he's got the prize, which is ironic because I actually think Kira is punching. But I also in Kira just see a woman that is getting ready to rinse a dude, whether it be like the long con, like she might be like, all right, I'm gonna have to string this out longer in order to get what I want. But there's nothing about the woman, or at least nothing that we've seen, that's made me feel like this is a trustworthy woman, or this woman is into this man. I don't see it at all. There's things you want to say. There's things you want to say.
The thing is, it's mad because obviously I know everything already in it, so it's mad. Like, obviously I've seen everything. Like, I've seen everything, like literally everything. So, but I'm looking at it from episodes 1 to 4, and I do think that if I'm looking at just episodes 1 to 4, I felt like she liked Jack more than AJ. And then and then at that point in which Jack cuts things off with her, she's like, okay, I'm just gonna double down on AJ. That's what it felt like. So I think she still likes him, but it just wasn't that Jack level.
Yes. Yeah, which then means ultimately you're second best, so this is never going to work.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
It's never going to work because she's got to be into you, like have that drive to be into you, and if that initial spark is not there from her,
It's tough.
the whole thing is futile. The whole thing is futile, and if you're then also not going to be the man that's financing her life, no. Sonia said AJ is a backup dancer. I mean, I feel like this is where he's heading in this situation. Okay, so moving on to the couple that we all love, Joseph, Fran, and then also Chevanique. Number one, do you feel like Joseph made the right decision?
I think for him, yes, actually. Just because from what we saw, it just felt like Fran was giving Joseph a lot, whereas Chevanique felt like she was a bit more experienced in the dating world compared to Fran. The way she was dealing with Joseph, like she was letting him know, yeah, you're interesting, but I'm the prize here. Like she was kind of, so she was giving him that energy, and I think probably that's what was enticing for Joseph. But I think Fran was providing more of that nurturing kind of energy. That more, she was a bit more vulnerable than Chevanique was. And then Joseph even says it. I think it's the penultimate date where he's like, "Oh, I just don't know if there's enough time because you've shown me this now, but it's too late." As in, I don't think.
So one second, Javen. Sorry, what's up? Where is Mom? Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Go continue.
Yeah. So I think he made the right decision. But I think it was more just based on like I think he felt that Fran was going to be more of a wife for the long term, and I think maybe Chev, they didn't quite create that depth in the time span that they had.
Fair enough. There was something with I think he made the right decision. My one caveat and concern is when they were talking about sexual stuff, and he said obviously sex is very important to him. He was like, on a 10, it's a 10.
Yeah.
But then Fran said that she was like a 7 or a 6.
7 out of 10. Yeah, she said it was 7 out of 10. Yeah.
And so even me, her saying that it's a 7, if she's saying it's a 7, it's probably a 5. Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like that's a massive mismatch.
Yeah. Yes. That's it. I never thought of it like that, but
yeah.
But he said it was a 10 to. Oh, he said it to both of them, no? Oh no. He said to Chevanique, he said to Chevanique, I love sex. And then, but he said to Fran that sex is a 10 out of 10 in terms of importance. Yeah. So I think that's a big deal. But then I think maybe he can draw her levels up. He can pull her up to where he is in terms of
I feel like that could be a struggle. That's all I
can think, because but she didn't really seem too bothered that he valued sex that highly, and she didn't. She didn't really seem to be too taken aback by it.
Yeah.
So,
but see, this is the conversation that Nana and I were having. I think from a woman's perspective, I don't think she's really clocked how important sex can be. So it's like, it's one thing like you being in this period talking about it, but then when you're actually in the relationship,
right,
and then the man is feeling like, yo, I'm not getting the sex that I wanted, and she's probably thinking like, oh yeah, we're doing it like once every now and again. It's enough. Like that's enough to crumble a relationship. That's enough for a man to start looking out. And so that's where my real concern is.
Yeah. Boy, she must. They got to cross that bridge when they get there, because he picks her in the end, innit? So So I think that. I don't know, because the only thing that's making me think that she's gonna be okay with it, or they're gonna find a way to deal with it. It's just that she didn't really seem to push back on it or have any annoyance about it or anything. There was nothing. She didn't have a negative reaction to his like level of importance. Like
Yeah.
she didn't really seem too bothered.
No, it's true. It's true. Maybe she'll meet him where he is.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll meet him where he is.
Potentially.
Yeah. All right. So do you know what it is? Yeah. It's like, even though I haven't seen like the last 4 episodes, it's like I almost just want you to be like, what's the thing? But I think what I'm gonna say is, who do you think is like the surprise that we need to look out for in the upcoming episodes?
I feel like we missed a couple though.
Did we miss a couple?
We didn't talk about
Who did we talk about?
the girl from Manchester and the guy from Hertfordshire.
Yes. You know what? I actually feel out of order, yeah, because every time they came up, I've always put like, I like them as a couple, but I find them incredibly boring to watch.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's something else.
Taylor and Sophie.
Yeah.
You know, the problem is, and Love is Blind has it in every season where they just have like the perfect couple, where they just the couple that has like the smooth run. So I think they're going to be the couple that has the smooth run. That's what it's looking like. So no drama, nothing. But yeah.
And I'm genuinely happy for them. But it is like, from when you're watching it, you at least want to see just something, just like, so we can get on the journey with you and be like, oh yeah, we made it. Whereas it's great for them that it's clicked like that, but unfortunately it's just like, it's not like riveting.
That's what
television.
I'm saying. The reality TV, people want conflict, they want drama. That's why they watch it. So
this is it. The parasocials that we are. But Javen, listen, man, thank you very much for taking the time out to chat to us. It is much appreciated. Hopefully, maybe we can do this again when because we've got this run and we've got 9 and 10. So when the season's completely done, and then we can have a proper debrief about everything.
Yeah. So what is it I think on Wednesday it's 9 and 10, then on Sunday it's the reunion. So everything's out. This is a shorter run because our one was a 3-week run. This one's a 2-week run.
Because they have basically the first. Usually it's like 4 and then 4, and they've just put everything.
4.
Yeah.
It's 4, 4, 3, then 1 on the Sunday. But this time it's just 8, 3 Sunday. So it's just a 2-week run.
The reunion show is going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, it will be. It will be.
But listen, thank you very much for your time, bro. It's been much appreciated, and we will touch base soon. All right, take care.
Thank you for having me.
Cool.
Bye.
Guys, much appreciated for your time as well. I'm going to jump out. I don't know where Nana is, so I'm going to look into that. But much appreciated for your time. We'll be back tomorrow night, and we will, pick up with episode 5. Peace out. Thank you. Bye.